my friends. Welcome back to the train wreck we call Pour Judgment, a show where a group of us lovable idiots who think we know what we're talking about get together and find the absolute best wine, beer, and spirits at everyday great values. I'm Daniel Rudder, and I'm joined by my good friends.
I'm Mike DeLisio.
I'm Dan Garcia.
And Tarek Margie.
On today's episode of Pour Judgment, we are rating and reviewing with a sneaker at the end, a fourth, Kentucky straight bourbons. So, Mike, what are we drinking?
Well, I brought the budget choice. I brought the Evan Williams. This is produced in Louisville, Kentucky, and reportedly from Kentucky's first bourbon ever made. Like all bourbons, it's made with mostly corn. It's 78% corn, 10% rye, and 12% malted barley. It's a medium amber in color, vanilla, brown sugar, baking spices on the nose, vanilla, caramel, baking spices, black tea, and light cherry on the palate. It's got a little bit of spice from the rye. It comes in at 86 proof. And like I said, this is probably the budget option. I think this comes in at about $16 for, what is this, 750 milliliters? Yeah, so, but still it's well regarded. And again, allegedly Kentucky's first distiller.
Excellent.
All right.
Is that me?
Dan.
Okay. I brought us some Maker's Mark, which pretty fairly popular as brands goes. This is produced in Laredo, Kentucky. First created in 1953, this bourbon with its iconic red wax top is made with 70% corn, 16% wheat, and 14% malted barley. Not a rye in the mix there. It is honey in color. Features sweet oak, vanilla, brown sugar with a light floral nose, caramel and vanilla accented by cinnamon and cherry on the palate. Cinnamon spice, oak, and light citrus on the finish. It is 90 proof. Received a double gold medal in 2021 at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. This bourbon has 4.7 stars from 1,178 reviews on Total Wines and More.
Good stuff.
All right.
And Tarek?
Yes, I didn't bring the bottle. My dear friend here, Dan, brought the bottle of Buffalo Trace. Thank you, Dan.
It's a collaboration. It's teamwork leading to DreamWork, etc.
We are the dream.
It's produced in Frankfort, Kentucky, by the most awarded distillery in the world. And we're not doing Pappy today, unfortunately, but it's similar to Pappy. It's the same distillery that does Pappy Van Moncal. So it's the components of it is not really known, but they do know that it's made from mash bill number 1. Which means that it's believed that it has less than 10% in rye. I don't like rye, that's why it's one of my favorite. The color is gold in honey in color. There's a vanilla, cream, caramel, oak, and a hint of apple, a green apple on the nose. It's 90% proof. Received gold medal in 2019, 2020 from the American Whiskey Masters in gold. In 2020 at the World Whiskies Award. It is my go-to. This bourbon has 4.3 stars on 213 reviews of Total Wine and More.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
All of these are new to me. I'm not particularly familiar with bourbon, so I'm pretty excited to get into these. And as I listen to the descriptions, to me, they're all the same color.
Okay.
Even though they all have a different description.
I have to say that from the inception, the concept of our show, I've been looking forward to doing the bourbons. And I was pondering this, leading up to the episode, how I think it's cool that you and Mike and Tarek are wine drinkers. I'm not so much a wine drinker, but we all kind of overlap as far as wines, beers, and so happy to share initiating you into the world of bourbon.
We've got the Trinity. We did the beer, we got the wine, and now we've got the spirits. So,
and I hadn't drank anything but
yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
As I've been known to say, hooch is hooch.
There we go. 5 out of 5 would totally drink again.
Well, let's get
Let's
started.
get at it.
Okay.
As usual, we're doing this blindly, so we don't know what's in the glass.
Only our magic producer E knows what's what. And so, I mean, if those of you who are following along at home, my friend Tarek here, who is the flawless palate, undefeated with identifying. So it'll be
It was
fun
an
to see how we
accident.
rate as well as identify
I
what
brought
it
the
is we're
judge
drinking.
all the time. You guys didn't know that.
That's smart. That's the way it's done. It's American way.
And we are, at least to start, we're testing these neat.
Then later we'll try them with ice
And
and without
Without.
ice. Yes.
Pitter patter.
Brew number one.
Pitter
Let's get at
patter. Let's get at her. I smell green apples.
I am clinging to the green apples. I'm hoping to be able to pick that out. Number 2 is kind of minty to me.
Shut up.
I'm sorry, what was that? Into the mic,
I'm
please.
not listening to you. Where's Andre and Mac when you need them?
Oh, seriously.
I'm getting a hair straightener,
Graphite.
pencil shavings.
What kind?
Number 2.
Getting kerosene. A little bit of not quite lacquer thinner, maybe more like methyl ethyl ketone.
What number are you talking
I'm joking. that was the bottle of water. It's good old fashioned Montebello tap.
Halloween,
High in benzene,
xylene, some CFCs.
trinitrotoluene.
Probably get some pool water.
about?
Ooh,
Oh yeah, that one's good.
You know, I'm just having a hard time. They're all pretty similar, right? Yeah.
really?
Don't you think?
For me, and I could be biased. I feel like number 2 and number 3 are my preferences,
I'd agree with that.
and I think number 3 is my favorite.
We haven't gotten there yet, but 1 is coming across the most harsh,
Mm-hmm.
kind of
Yeah.
hottest alcohol to me.
Mm.
Really?
Yeah.
I got that from 3.
Maybe they mix the glasses up.
Maybe they did.
Number 2 and number 3 are coming across the smoothest for me.
I kind of score-wise, I don't really know where to go with this.
I like number 1 and 3. 2 I was not too excited about.
Oh yeah,
I mean, it's
Interesting.
drinkable, but
yeah, it's gone.
Yeah.
Evaporated in the heat.
I am really, hard of tasting.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
While we're tasting, I'm just gonna,
Oh.
just add a splash just to sort of bring
Okay.
some of the flavors, right? Cut the alcohol
Yeah.
Well,
and just kind of.
I blew past the opportunity to do that.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
All content.
The water does, just a little splash does really change it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the cool thing about like an old fashioned, right? When you first mix it, it's very boozy, right? And then as the ice starts to melt, you get to the bottom of the glass, and then you kind of get the sugar,
Yes.
a little bit of the sugar slurry at the bottom.
Yeah,
and
it's very different. Old fashioned with like the sugar cube as opposed to simple sugar.
Yeah, where you get a little bit of the
the grain.
Yeah, it reminds me of finishing the bowl of cereal when you were a
Right.
kid.
Oh,
If
yeah.
your mom let you put a little bit of sugar in there, especially if you had something like Total, right? You put the, and then you get to the bottom and there'd be that sugar milk. Oh, it's poison, but it was so good.
Mm.
Real quick.
To to me, the color, the darkest one, maybe it was just the amount that was in the glass because that can trick you too.
Mhm.
It seemed 3 was the darkest.
I picked that up, so
Yeah.
I just wrote.
Yeah.
Stop looking at my paper. But yes, I put 3 as darkest in color.
I'm looking at Tarek's paper. I'm looking
Yes, I
at
know, right?
your paper.
Oh,
Tarek, are you getting rye from any? I mean,
Yes, I think that's the one I was.
Oh.
yes, that's the rye one. That kind of. Yeah.
No rye in the makers.
Thank you for sharing that. There was something missing, man.
Yeah. There was a bit of. I felt like number 1 had a bit of a rye.
yeah, well,
I
one
were to
has a
put
little
it
more
on-
spice. Yeah.
Which one had the rye?
Well,
Number one.
but both Makers and Evan have.
No,
have-
makers.
Oh, you mean in the
Makers doesn't.
description.
Makers crew
Evan
claims
Buffalo-
it
has
has
the most,
Evan has 10. Buffalo may have 10.
or less than 10,
Yeah.
and Makers has no rye. They replaced with wheat. All right. Well,
Can you taste the wheat?
certainly. Chop
Okay.
chop, Lammy.
Yeah, I know.
It's not a dissertation, man.
I know I poured them correctly.
Nobody's
don't
gonna
get-
judge your work.
You got it. It's fine.
Okay.
All right.
Ooh.
I did. Did you?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which
Okay.
means nothing.
Yeah. I know.
We're either 100% right
Oh, we're 0%
wrong.
right.
Did we all do different this time?
Yes, we
I
did.
tried not to
All
look
right.
at your papers.
After
Well,
I wrote
you know.
mine down, and then I saw Dan write his down. I had to peek.
All right.
Okay. Well,
We're back.
we are through with our tastings. We scored them, and now it's time to go through our score sheets here.
Now the
I'll-
magic happens.
The magic happens. I'll start with bourbon number 1. Again, I am totally guessing here, but bourbon number 1, I gave it 30 for taste. I gave it 20 for nose. I gave it 15 for character and complexity. It was maybe a little bit harsher than the others, but not by much.
Yeah.
I did pick up a little bit of spice on there, and just 65 points. Just again, shot in the dark. I basically had this one as the Buffalo, but I have a 1 in 3 chance.
So interestingly, and we did try not to
Try to
stop
peek,
each other.
yeah, and listen to him
No.
give his comments.
As I say that, all right, bourbon number 1, I gave it 30 for taste, 20 for nose, and 15 for complexity for a score of 65.
It's the
Sounds
same.
you're identical. So I said mint on the palate. Now, and this is where being able to designate is different. That could be the spice that you picked up.
Yeah.
I said most alcohol in the finish, so it was the most harsh to me. And after we talked about it a little bit, that's the one I put. Definitely saw rye. I thought that was the Evan Williams.
All right. So let me jump in. Once again, I mean, being the Canadian judge, being the most generous, I give this 42 out of 50 for taste, 22 out of 25 for nose or aroma, and only 20 out of 25 for character or complexity. Total score of 84. So very generous. I did feel like it had kind of a flat finish. It had, I wrote down, it tasted like hooch. It was, and maybe had the rye bite to it. Okay, so I'm guessing that this is the Evan Williams.
Oh wow! Well, this is actually very strange because a lot of times that you guys are all the same in the first one. So I thought it was completely different. So on the taste, I gave it 45, 10 on the nose, 20 on the complexity, a score of 75, and I thought it was Maker's Mark.
Okay.
So yeah. So
Why don't you go ahead and do number 2 as well?
Start us off with
number
number 2.
two. Right.
Yeah.
Number 2 then is I gave it 40 on the taste, 15 on the nose, complexity another 15, a score of 80, and that's Evan Williams. This had a caramel taste to it and also a rye taste. and a smell of maybe something like that glue that you put for the shoe.
Oh,
That's
shoe glue.
Oh,
Shoe glue.
shoe
I don't know
glue.
why.
Okay.
Maybe I smelled it earlier and I was high. And
Who can say? Who can say?
No need to justify what you were doing in the
It's
car.
not fun.
No.
Are you thinking like shoe polish?
Shoe glue. Shoe glue. Yeah.
The stuff, when the
Yeah.
back comes off the shoe. Yeah. Shoe glue.
Anyways,
Yeah.
As a young person, you wouldn't
Yeah.
understand repairing shoes. But as older people,
Going through the depression of the 80s, having to make our
Air Jordans last.
our Vans and our Converse last longer.
There's a story about it.
Yeah.
Gabe has an event and he lost his shoes and he had only the broken one. We threw it away. I said, I have a clue for that. So I taped it and he went off with it.
Good.
It worked. So
Sure.
That's
But we'll cut that out.
yeah, definitely cut that out.
Or we won't. It'll be a
We won't.
short.
we don't cut much.
Cutting floor? What cutting floor? You mean the magic bin? Okay.
So Dan, what you got?
Let's move on from Gabe. Let me talk about one of my kids for him. Let me throw a couple of my kids under the bus.
Yeah, they're so happy we're doing
Yeah.
it.
No, it's just the right amount. Because listen how funny we are.
Yeah, it's only going to get funnier.
Okay, so number 2 for me, once again, Canadian Judge. I give this a total score of 96.
Nice.
Yes, so 49 out
Near
of 50
perfect.
for taste. Nose 23, character 24. I commented this was really smooth, had kind of an oaky taste. I felt like this was Makers.
All right. I gave number 2 35 for taste, 17 for nose, and 15 for character, for a total score of 67. So I picked up some mint on the nose, which could have been something else, but to me, and maybe that was spice, but I didn't think it was spice. Caramel on the palate, had a smooth finish, kind of dropped off for me, but I thought that was the Makers, mostly because I didn't get any of the rye bite.
Mhm.
I said number 2 is Makers as well. 75 points total, 35 for taste, 20 and 20 for nose and character. I didn't get a lot of spice either, which led me to believe that it was maybe the Makers, just because there was none of that sort of rye that you get the spiciness from the rye. So Makers. Number 3.
Number 3.
Just
Go.
number 3. I found number 3 had the most burn, and I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I mean, it sometimes you want that, right? It was it seemed to be the darkest. That could have just been an illusion of how full the cup was or not, but it did seem to be the darkest of the 3. I gave it 60 points, 30, 15, 15 for taste, nose, and character. And I put this one as the Evan.
All right. Bourbon number 3, I gave it 38 for taste, 18 for nose, and 20 for character. So it was my high score at 76. I did get fruit on the palate. On that one, it was the most fruity to me. And then front and mid finish of caramel and vanilla, also on the palate. And then I also noticed, to me, it was the darkest in color. And the descriptions by the professionals called Evan Williams and Maker's Mark it more golden honey.
Amber. Yeah.
And then the Buffalo Trace they called amber. So to me, 1 and 2 were the most similar in color. So I just jumped on board. It was darker and maybe amber. So if you really think about it, amber and honey and gold are all kind of similar. So might be a wild goose trace. But I think that's the Buffalo Trace. And it was my favorite.
Okay. Number 3 was my favorite as well. And this was my high score. And again, being the Canadian Judge, I give this 98 out of 100.
Woo.
So 50 points.
Near perfect score.
Yeah, for taste, this to me, this tasted like what I expect a bourbon to taste like. So I give it 50. 24 out of 25 for nose or aroma, 24 out of 25 for character and complexity. Notes I've written down that it was smooth. I tasted a little bit of caramel, a little bit of vanilla. And I am predicting that this is the Buffalo Trace.
I second that motion.
Okay.
It is the Buffalo Trace.
Okay, well, Tarek, if
You got one right.
If Tarek says it's Buffalo, we're pretty sure
It's probably right.
I'm
Yeah.
in good company.
Maybe. They all taste really delicious.
Yes, they
I thought
really
that was
did.
good company.
You're all good company.
20 on the nose, complexity another 20. There's a hint of vanilla, pepper, caramel. It is definitely the sweetest and
Mm-hmm.
it's my favorite so far. So, but yeah, I thought it was, and if
Buffalo.
I'm right, it's Buffalo Trace.
All right.
Okay.
Time for the reveal.
Drum roll.
All right. Number 1 is Maker's Mark.
Oh.
Number 2, Evan Williams.
Oh.
And number 3, Buffalo Trace.
All right. So who got it
I
right?
went over. Over.
Did
I
you?
got none of
Well,
them.
I got one for.
I got 1 for 3.
I can't believe I got Makers and
You
Evan.
probably
Williams.
sent me the mail.
So once again,
Wow.
Tarek,
you got
you
all
did
3.
not.
You know how
Trifecta.
hard it is to fight back a smile when you start and you're like, "What is there?" Wow! Congratulations.
Okay, so I'm a little disappointed that I got confused between the Makers and the Evans.
As am I.
Evan Williams, yeah. So
Don't knock the Evans.
kudos to Evan Williams, because I mean I had them. I had assumed that, and maybe it was the bias of starting off saying that Evan was the
value.
budget.
Yeah.
And I feel like I feel like I drink quite a bit of Makers as well as Buffalo Trace.
Yeah.
I'm glad we all got the Buffalo Trace correct, though. I think
No,
everybody.
we did not all get the Buffalo.
Okay, well, I'm saying we all got the Buffalo Trace correct. We all got the Buffalo Trace correct. So
I'm drinking this.
Yeah.
Wait,
I was surprised
this
with
is
that.
number
Actually,
2.
I'm glad that you brought it, Mike, because I never.
Look,
never
a lot of people like it's weird, right? It's kind of, somebody mentioned it kind of looks like the Jack Daniel's bottle,
Mm.
right? The Jack Daniel's kind of labeling and stuff, but it mixes well.
It
It
does,
sips okay.
Hmm.
I actually gave it the highest score, and I just, again, maybe because I kept saying value, I said, well, that can't be the oven. So yeah.
That's
Um,
awesome.
But they're all pretty darn good.
Thanks, sir.
Agreed. So we had kind of a conversation prior to this about. There we go. That's a beautiful sound.
It is a beautiful sound.
About where we would draw the kind of the lower line. I think there was some conversation among us about whether or not we should include the Wild Turkey or Jim Beam. And I'm not against either of those.
No.
Either. Like
Somebody had a friend of ours had a very spirited reaction to Jim Beam that I didn't understand, because it's just fine to me.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
right.
And then Wild Turkey I like as well.
same here. Yeah. And for kicks, I found Old Granddad at a reasonable price and had a good time with
Old
Granddad.
Crow, Old Granddad, Rebel Yell.
Old Forester,
Yeah.
all of those old people went down smooth, went down fine.
Mhm.
And I feel like, and Tarek, maybe you'd agree, a cigar makes bourbon better.
That's
Daniel,
nice.
would you agree?
Oh, I would agree. Just don't.
Now would you like some with ice?
When you see me set it down, I
And
may
turn-
have reached my.
And turn the color of the green cap on the
Would you like a greasy?
Pork sandwich.
Well, why don't we pause here?
Yeah.
We'll do some tallying, and then we can come back with the value choice and maybe sip on our
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 tin
taste.
cup. Ooh, excellent.
We could try some tin cup.
Mhm.
Excellent.
And we're back. So we've tallied the scores. We've also had a chance to try this lovely whiskey that Tarek brought. This is a tin cup, which they call themselves a mountain whiskey or an American whiskey. It's a blend of a bourbon from Indiana and a Colorado single malt whiskey. It's blended, I guess, in Colorado at Mile High. It is delicious. It is
Very delicious.
It is would happily drink this.
5 out of 5.
Yeah,
Along with the others.
great stuff.
It's
Yeah,
the best I've ever had.
That was the best mountain whiskey I've had
Yes.
all day, I think.
Yeah, and since it was a blend, we didn't include it in our review and rating because we were doing.
Not that we could have told the difference, but
Well, again,
some of us could have.
some of us could have.
I don't think I'd gotten a single thing right.
Yeah, but you haven't
First
spilled
one,
any.
beers.
You
But you
haven't
enjoy
spilled
them
any.
all.
You got
That's
805.
I got 805. Yay.
So did I.
So
Well,
speaking of scoring,
Speaking of scoring, all right. So number 1 was the Maker's Mark. I believe, Tarek, you were the only one that got that right, as usual. We gave it an average score of 72. We did pay just over $22 from Bevmo or Total Wine.
Total Wine.
Total Wine. Okay, so just over $22 for 750 ml, and so with value adjusting, that got a 2.4. The Evan Williams, it was the cheapest of the group. We paid just over 16 from Bevmo.
right about 16, I'd say. Yeah.
Yeah, also for a 750 mil. That had an average score of 80, so came in. Oh, interesting. There was a tie for one. So the Evan Williams, we gave it an average score of 80, and with value adjustment, it's a 2.7. And then the Buffalo Trace, we paid just over 21 from Total Wine, also a 750 ml bottle. That got an average score of 80, so Evan Williams and Buffalo Trace tied with each other as an aggregate score. And
I don't think I'm agreeing with your math.
no, something's a little wonky with my so we'll have to
Spreadsheet guys.
Blame it on Excel.
blame it on the guy coding
This is.
the math.
I feel like this is close enough to say, hey, good read.
Yeah.
So it got a value adjusted of 2.8, which is clearly not right because it was $21, which
It was the most expensive and the highest rated.
Not the most expensive.
second most expensive, but the Evan Williams was cheaper and with the same average score of 80. It should be coming in higher on the value adjusted. So, above us, when the graphs appear on screen, the math will be done correctly
This is why
and not done after.
You don't do the
Three bourbons.
spreadsheets
Yeah.
at the same
Well, how
time.
to say, friends don't let friends drink and derive.
And code. BDA code.
I've been
just wasn't
holding on to that one.
I'm going to take you back. I'd love to say we were doing derivatives, but this is basically simple math.
Funnier and funnier. More handsome, I might add. too.
With the right filter.
Yeah.
So, as always, we appreciate you for joining us for this train wreck, as we call it.
It's a hefty bag.
We appreciate that you continue to stick with us. Please share, like, and subscribe.
To our dozen of subscribers, we're so grateful.
Dozens.
So grateful.
Dozens. Plural.
Dozens.
So great.
72 as of
Ooh,
tasting and
Yes.
taping.
Good read. Good read.
good read.
Well, we've shared some facts, given you our opinions, but don't take our word for it because we have
Pour
Pour
Judgement.